Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is David John Sponheim. I'm running for president in 2012. My response to the State of the Union address is to discuss the state of disunion. We are a nation divided as a result of 1 year of Barack Obama. He has done more to divide this nation. He's done more to separate the parties. He hasn't worked in a bipartisan way like he said he was going to do. And he is pushing legislation at such a rapid pace that many people are, quite honestly, extremely upset. The recent election in Massachusetts verifies the populist pulse of America. But the American people are not looking for a Republican for president. They're looking for an independent. And we believe the key to building our nation is to unite our nation in the center of the political spectrum. One of my biggest concerns about our country is the fact that under Obama's presidency, we have not limited the amount of racial profiling going on in our cities. Our prisons are still comprised 85% of minorities. There's a serious problem in our prison system. We also have 400,000 illegal aliens currently in our prison system. Our border with the South has never really been clarified. We've never stopped the flow of illegal aliens under previous administrations. I want to build a 1,000-mile fence along that border that's double wide and has the ability to run vehicles through the middle that will detect, with X-rays, tunneling operations. We also believe that doing that type of interdiction in our country, we can do that with our troops that we bring home from Iraq and Afghanistan. We can have the National Guard and the Army stationed along the border, freeing up the Border Patrol to move inland to help with cities like Phoenix, the second largest capital of kidnapping in the world. Our purpose right now is to maintain the solidarity and sovereignty of our nation, build its economy, and protect it from foreign threats. The threat of terror is real, but unfortunately, we don't want to be led down the wrong pathway, inflaming our neighbors around the world, making them think that we're cowboys, controlling the world, behaving like we're 911 to the world or the police officer to the world. We don't want that. We want to start setting out a new impression for our allies around the world to know that we are peace-loving people, that we want to engage in their humanity, in their betterment, as well as our own. But we have to start looking toward our own problems first. We have to start dealing with our crisis, the crisis in our economy, and the crisis in our foreign policy. Barack Obama ran on the idea he'd get us out of Iraq. Well, he hasn't done that. He's actually upscaled our troop strength significantly, especially in Afghanistan. What we need to do is begin a different plan, a strategy that will win the war on our terms. We'd like to call it winning the peace, if you will. We'd like to give the Taliban an area above Kabul, the size of Rhode Island, an area where they can consider a safe haven for their people. As long as they avoid coming over a line in the sand that we draw between Kabul and this region, we'll be fine. If they cross that line, we will deliver a striking force with our air power. We will stop them in their tracks. This type of firmness in our foreign policy will guarantee the success of our nation long-term in that region. And like I said, we can build safe havens for the people of Afghanistan around cities like Kabul, where they can voluntarily go in weapons-free safe zones, as well as provide a renewable energy source of growth, creating agriculture, and guaranteeing their long-term survival. Lowering the threat of sectarian violence in this region is our primary directive. We also want to help these people develop new forms of revenue, a way in which their economy can prosper. In Iraq, the oil wells have been virtually neglected since we've been there. What we need to do is bring modern technology in to make better use of the oil that's under the ground in Iraq. Those people can benefit and they can begin to pay back the debt they owe us for all the infrastructure we have placed in that region. These are plans that are far-reaching and are brand new. We don't want to in any way fall into the old ways of previous administrations embedding troops with the enemy. We believe that that's a failed tactic and it's not going to lead to a long-term containment and peace plan for that region. Our seawater pipeline idea could be utilized in this region as well as in Africa, in areas like Haiti that are clearly in need of a new source of fresh water. We want to provide this technology. This will also spawn new industries in America, creating the modules needed to connect the seawater pipeline. I urge you to go to americasthirdparty.com and look at our plans for the seawater pipeline. They're truly amazing. It uses passive desalination, running along a very long distance of clear translucent plastic. Underneath is seawater that's evaporating and creating freshwater troughs that could ultimately be stored in reservoirs and be used to grow agriculture and provide fisheries and a whole host of new opportunities where communities can be built up along the seawater pipeline. Cities like Las Vegas are clearly in need of such a thing. They estimate that Las Vegas will be 47,000 gallons a day shy of fresh water at the end of this year. We need to move rapidly in this direction. So, primarily my goal is to get our nation back with a fresh start, with brand new technologies and a very simple design for the future that is sustainable. Additionally, I'd like to build our agriculture. I'd like to improve our soil. I'd like to initiate a national composting program to bring food waste from the markets and the restaurants into the soil and into the farmers' hands so that we can constantly make a better product in our stores and grocery stores around the country. We have a plan to create essential foods. The government can get involved in this as well. Much like the government cheese programs of the 1970s, we create essential foods that people can buy with their food stamps. Limiting the waste of food stamp money that we currently put into the system will ultimately make our country run more efficiently and provide perhaps healthier diets for the people that are on food stamps. This will also be in tandem with a program we call the Homestead Renewal Plan, a plan that will build houses that are currently toxic assets in our banking system. We'll be able to buy them up at a discount, and using HUD dollars, Housing and Urban Development dollars, that are currently just wasted in the hands of slumlords, we'll begin to be the owners of our own homes again. People will begin to use their work to build their dollars or their investment in a new house. They can either receive a living wage or portions of it could go toward the down payment on a new house. This will only be available to people who've never owned a house. So investors won't be able to misuse this system and take advantage of it to build and sell houses and flip houses. We think that's wrong. We also don't believe in the mandate that the Community Reinvestment Act has given our country and continues to be pushed forward by the Democrats in legislation. This forces mortgage companies to receive millions and millions of dollars that we don't really have to give them. The current home loan modification program that Obama has put together is virtually costing up to $66,000 per house. In the end, mortgage companies are profiting and we as taxpayers are losing.
Check us out at americasthirdparty.com.